Oh, people are saying
that
numbers, so I assume they can hear us. Welcome to Barrier Blitz, an extremely professional 2-day event where 8 of the top Let's Go speedrunners will be attempting to break either the Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu world record. My name's Corvin Man, one of your commentators this morning. Joining me are Etiquette and Wartab, if you two want to talk about yourself for a second.
Hi, everyone. I'm Etiquette. I'm actually one of the runners. I won't be commentating very much.
Yes, I'm Wartab. I'm commentating, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So Etiquette, obviously world record holder of
Yep.
Let's Go Eevee, and who else is joining us? We have Cyan, who's a French runner,
hmm
up there with Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We have Jayash, American runner. He's mainly running Pikachu. I don't actually know what he's running for the event though.
I'm pretty sure he's doing Pikachu.
Yeah, I hope so, because
Current Pikachu
Pikachu
world
is
record holder.
yeah,
Yep.
just much better. We have Headstrong. I'm not doing this in any particular order, just the order I see on Discord. So she has been running this on and off for years now, and had the world record, if I remember right, at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually
Uh,
had the last record before my 302 in Eevee was Headstrong.
all right, who else? Cadenese. Actually, I think the newest runner in the event. He's
Yeah.
from Finland, and he is the most disadvantaged in this event because of time zones. Yoo-hoo. And he got really good at this game really quick. Then we have our boy Etchi, who is arguably the worst runner. No, I'm kidding. But he runs Eevee as well. He has been running this a lot lately. I've seen him prepare almost every day since the event got announced. Uh, don't have much more to say.
Yeah.
Oh, Etchi.
And then also,
I'm so
oh, sorry.
surprising.
Yeah. Also, Jim Freak is the 8th runner, who is top 4, right? In at least one game, I want to say.
I want to say
Probably both.
they actually have top 3 in both. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
That what I said wasn't technically wrong. So
it was not.
Wait, I'm gonna
But yeah,
so
I
if you're,
think
double
I
check.
think I
Wow.
think that's
Okay,
the
yeah.
the best best
Overall, yeah.
combined ranking of everyone. Yeah.
yeah. So if you haven't heard about this event, it's a 2-day event. The runners have 12 hours each day, plus time to finish whatever attempt they're currently on when the 12-hour timer ends, to get the best time they possibly can. The winner, whoever gets the fastest time over this 2-day event, will get $500 at the time of rereading this. Though that number could go up if people go uh, pledge more. Exclamation! Oh, and then there is a bonus $100 if you break either the world record, if you blitz through the barrier, depending on which game you're running. So hopefully we'll see some PBs. I'm sure we'll see some PBs. Hopefully we'll see a new world record. At the very least, we should see some very, very quality runs.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, we forgot to mention Kerbis.
I thought we mentioned Kerbis.
No, I don't think so. We only
Oh,
mentioned Jash on the Pika side. Kerbis was
Kerbis
the.
is also part of this. Kerbis is the current world record holder of Ditch Bill, so very important category. Um,
Yeah.
so Jordan didn't give us a lot of, I guess, direction over what we're supposed to do for this pregame show until a couple days ago. So I have some predictions that I wrote for this event if you all want to hear them.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Okay, I spent a lot of time on these, and I think they're all going to become true. So who do you want me to start with? I have one prediction for every person. Just throw out a name.
Let's start with our man Etiquette, who's here.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's
I
start with
think
me.
Etiquette, I think you will somehow exit this weekend with 7 new spreadsheets, and each of them are going to save approximately 2 seconds if you follow them optimally.
All right. So, do the 2 that I created last night count?
Yeah, I'll say those count. It's like a
All
long
right.
week, like a Friday sort of long weekend thing.
All right, this is unfair.
Okay, I think Etchy won't see a single ride-on this entire weekend, but he will ultimately realize that the power to move 1.5 times faster was inside him the whole time. I think Kerbis will throw Cappy at Trace and complete the entire run as Trace. I think Josh will forget this isn't a baton pass run, but PB anyways, even though the run won't be valid for the baton pass leaderboards because we'll accidentally use the wrong Pokemon on Lance again. I think Gym Freak will have a string of runs, tragically die to RNG, only to get Starmie as her Dynamax Adventures main and PB by 6 minutes. I think Catternese will somehow get top 5 in Emerald by 8 p.m. despite having no runs of it at the moment. I think Headstrong will clip out of bounds, skip all of Victory Road after figuring out how to make the player character be able to double jump. And I think Satan will PB in both games, even though he's only running Pikachu. Anyone have? I think all these are going to happen.
I think a lot of them have a good chance of happening.
Yeah, I think if any one of these doesn't happen, I will be surprised.
So, is Cyan actually running Pikachu? Because I don't think he
Yeah.
is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so we
But
actually
I thought he
have.
was.
Yeah, so we actually do have 4 runners doing each game. Saiyan and Gym Freak both have a better Eevee time at the moment, but they're planning on running Pikachu for the event. So it'll be myself, Headstrong, Etchy, and Catternese doing Eevee, and then Kerbis, Gym Freak, Saiyan, and J Ash doing Pikachu. So
Interesting.
it's a good mix of both games for sure.
Yeah, and for those who are not aware, both games are actually quite similar in time, despite the early game, like I would say the first 2 hours of 3 basically being completely different in terms of what you do, except for the catching. I don't know if you want to talk about quickly talk about the structure of a run for those who are not aware.
Yeah, I can definitely touch on that. So basically, the run really revolves around having to catch 50 Pokemon in order to enter Koga's gym. Every gym has a requirement, and Koga's gym just happens to be the one that's the hardest to do. So basically, the entire run revolves around that. And so the race is really how fast can you get to Koga, or like how fast can you get to Koga's gym, or the town that Koga's in, I should say, because that's where the surf technique is, and that just opens up the entire map. And so then you can finish off your catches, do a big gym rush at the end using Starmie. Both games actually main switch over to Starmie, and then you do a big gym rush. You finish out all the gyms. You do the Elite Four and all that kind of stuff. The first 2 hours, like Wartab said, are going to be heavily revolving around catches. And because, Let's Go Eevee, you start with an Eevee, and Let's Go Pikachu, you start with Pikachu. The routes are very different for those 2 hours. They used to be a lot more similar, but Pikachu now does a lot of strategies using 2 controllers, which is something you'll see a lot this weekend. Basically, you can start battles with 2 Pokemon on your side and 1 Pokemon on the other side, and it's completely unfair to the computer. But in a lot of places, it's really necessary. In a lot of places, it's really fast, and that ends up being what Pikachu sort of takes advantage of through a lot of the mid game. And yeah, you really can't compare these runs, at least split for split, until they each get Starmie, and at that point, the routes are almost identical. There's a few ranges and things like that are different, but the general outline of the route is the same at that point.
So, I guess Etiquette, do you have a plan for how you're going to approach this at least day one?
Um,
I mean, this,
yeah. So my goal for the event, I should say, is just to place well. I want to try to place in the top half. I'm not necessarily. I'd like to get world record. Everyone would like to. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping to have fun this weekend. I'm hoping to play well and have a good final time. So my plan is more or less to just reset bad early games. Like if I have a bad time getting out of Mount Moon, I won't take it. But once I'm out of Mount Moon, I'll probably just sort of take a run, barring anything like a death or an optional trainer, hit a spinner, stuff like that. At least until I get a time. Once I get a time, I know where I'm standing. Maybe some other runners have finished their times. Can try to build on it from there. But the goal, I think, at the start is for me just to complete a run.
Makes sense. I'd ask you what you're going to do day 2, but I think that's probably pretty dependent on day 1.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any? I think we only got a couple minutes, I think, before we start. But what do you think's going to cause the most problems?
So Eevee runners are going to have a harder time getting runs going. Eevee stat requirements are stricter than Pikachu stat requirements. So
It
I
is
think
the
that's
worst
going to be an
game.
issue. Yeah, I think it's going to be an issue for the Eevee runners. The other thing is a lot of runners lately, myself included, Etchy, we've been getting royally screwed by Rock Tunnel. I had a stretch where I had 7 Rock Tunnels with 3 Rhyhorns and also 3 Kangaskhans. So,
What?
yeah, it's really easy for us to get into Rock Tunnel on a decent pace. It's really hard to get out of Rock Tunnel. I'm not as familiar with some of the Pika strats and how the Pika runs have been going lately, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear something similar where it's like getting a decent early game is not too hard. It's sort of finishing it out can be really tough.
How do you get through? That's absurd.
Yes.
That's so cursed.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we're starting right now. We got our mastered board of all the streams here. So good luck to Etiquette, and good luck to all of the rest of the runners as well. And let's start this competition. I like the giant-
Obligatory. Let's go.
Ah, ha,
Very funny vocab.
Only May is echoing. Interesting. Is it etiquette sound? Maybe that's my guess. Yeah. Get etiquette out of here.
All right, I'm leaving. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Good luck.
Oh my god. My stream is like actually buffering a lot, so sorry if I'm saying stuff that has happened already 10 years ago. I'm gonna
Happens.
refresh it. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh it
Yeah,
as
we're
much
having a
as I
little bit of
can.
technical issues this morning. The classic, like everything works fine and set up, and then after that it all falls apart. Everyone's 1 of 50. What does that mean? Is that your run counter?
No, that's just the catch counter for the starter.
Oh my god, it's Let's Go. I'm so smart.
Don't worry.
Wow. I was thinking
Yep.
leaderboard, so I was like, oh, it's hooked up to everyone's. That's very cool.
All right. Okay, now we're gonna explain this because I've seen the question already in chat. So they are setting the clock for something very specific. So as Etiquette said earlier, the goal is to get to 50 catches as consistently as fast as possible. And one way to do so is to evolve Pokemon. And one way to evolve Pokemon is using Moonstones or Evolution Stones in general. And luckily in Mount Moon, Moonstones have a chance to respawn after midnight every day. And they are
1/3, I
trying.
think.
What?
I think it's a 1/3 chance, right?
Oh, the
50%.
chance.
It's
No
50%.
idea. Yeah, it's obviously 50%. Either it happens or it doesn't.
True.
But
Yes.
I don't actually know the odds. It feels like 50%. You're right. And yeah, so the way it works is that they are entering a room, picking up the Moonstone, doing a lot of the catches required for the 50 catch count, and then they try to go to the same spot again and pick up a second Moonstone. Doesn't always happen. When it happens, it's nice. It doesn't necessarily mean the run is faster, but it definitely means the run is more consistent. And that's why they are all doing that, as far as I know.
Yeah. A lot of the, I guess. So there's a lot of RNG, obviously, in Pokemon in general, but Let's Go has the extra downside of you have to catch everything. So if things don't spawn, then you're kind of at a disadvantage. So any situation where you can sort of reduce the amount of randomness you're relying on is really useful. So in this case, you kind of have a guaranteed catch if you get the Moonstone. That's just a bonus evolution for free. Plus, getting an evolution is slightly faster. The animation is slightly faster than catching something, so it's already a little bit more optimal. Just in general, it's just a nicer sort of thing to have happen.
Also, hi, Rybello. Sorry.
That's fine. Good morning, guys.
Yeah.
Good
so
morning.
joining us for commentary today for the 3 first hours.
Just saw a question in chat. So they assume they catch a Nidoran like in regular red blue. They kind of do, but not in the place you'd expect.
Yeah. So the Pikachu run, essentially so like Rock Tunnel's full of rocks and ground, right? And that's not great for Pikachu, the electric type. And Pikachu just really struggles with that whole section of the game. So in the Pikachu run, they will catch a Nidoran of either gender, though male Nidoran is better for the run. And then you'll use that to sort of get through that section. So, which is actually kind of fun, I think, where it's like, oh hey, the Pikachu run, it's been all these years later, there's a totally different reimagining of the game, and yet we still rely on Nidoran to get through this silly game.
Yeah, but with, as you said, completely different strategies. But it's
Exactly.
really interesting, and I know that a lot of people think that the Pikachu run is more interesting because of the more involved strategy in the route in general. In Eevee, there's more a thing of, yeah, let's just use this super effective move or this super effective move.
Yeah.
While Pikachu has some neat strategy, which we will see, hopefully, based on some nice tech, based on Pikachu being very fast and Nidoking having some interesting moves.
Yeah, I guess we should probably mention that they added some special moves in this game for the different starter Pokemon. So specifically, or something to note that the starter Pokemon can't evolve in this game because then they wouldn't look as cute when they sit on your shoulder. So all of the starter Pokemon in this game have extra moves to sort of make up for that. And so the Pikachu, we only use one of the moves. We use Zippy Zap, which is a priority move, so it pretty much always goes first, and it's always crits. And with Eevee, you get a whole bunch of different moves that are all based on the different types of evolutions that Eevee could evolve to if this Eevee could evolve. So Eevee just kind of has a more versatile moveset that that Pikachu doesn't have, which is why Eevee doesn't really need to do the whole thing where we catch a Pokemon to help us with in the minigame. So I believe there are new strats that do in fact still catch something, so take what I just said with a little grain of salt.
Yeah, I haven't been able to catch up to everything everyone does, but it's gonna be interesting to see some differences for safety.
Yeah, it's really cool that this event sort of, I would say, ushered in a bunch of innovation in the last couple weeks. There have been a lot of people who've been looking into new strats for this game. That, I mean, before a couple weeks or maybe a couple months ago, the world record, for example, for Eevee was kind of static for a good bit. I don't know exactly when Etiquette's at that time, but Headstrong had that world record for such a long time, and then since then it's just been like continually improved upon and improved upon. People's times have really gone up as they prepared for this event. So the beginning of this game, there's not really going to see a lot of there's no catches until we get into the Viridian Forest. So for the start of this game, it's just sort of movement. The first fight against Rival for the Eevee side is much worse than it is for the Pikachu side. It's extremely safe on the Pikachu side. I don't know if I've ever had an issue with it. Whereas on the Eevee side, you can get paralyzed. Pikachu fast. Pretty much you get paralyzed is the big bad thing that happens. So we shouldn't we would not be that surprising if we had an Eevee runner reset. And in fact, Headstrong is already. Oh, Headstrong, I'm guessing was a nature reset, but it would not be surprising if an Eevee runner has to reset on the Rival 1 fight.
I mean, it's not too bad. I don't think they would reset for death. In fact, I personally PB'd on Pikachu one day where I actually died to the Eevee.
I thought there was a reason. I thought I've definitely seen people reset that. I know Etchy, I think, resets that fight sometimes. So, but I'm not
Yeah.
as versed.
A lot of the Eevee runners reset if they don't get the proper nature. Like you can run a neutral nature Eevee just fine.
Well,
but if you get a minus speed one, then you're a little in a bad spot.
nature for sure.
but
In
you
this
don't
case,
see
talking
that
about the
on-
Rival 1 fight.
Yeah.
Rival one fight. A good Eevee can take out the opposing Pikachu in a fewer number of hits, so it's just a quicker battle. So that's just potentially a slight clue that you might have a better Eevee. Would be my only guess on that one, or that you hit the ranges properly.
Yeah, you know, it might be a oh, my nature isn't good.
No, I don't think that's it because I've seen. Okay, have not checked everyone, but I know Headstrong and Etiquette have been checking the nature directly. So
Yeah.
that can't be it either.
That's been a more. I know Eevee runners been doing that a lot, just because like, God, Eevee. That's another thing to mention is that you can figure out what your stats are when you level up. But because Eevee gives one fewer experience, or Pikachu gives one fewer experience than Eevee does, the Pikachu runners will be able to see their stats at this spike that Etiquette's about to run up to, and the Eevee runners would have to wait for the first spike in Viridian, which is about, I would say, 2 minutes or so longer. I don't know the exact time. So you'll see a lot of Eevee runners check their stats in the lab, and Pikachu runners won't as often. Plus, there are more runnable natures for Eevee than or for Pikachu than there are for Eevee. You just have a higher chance of having to reset the nature anyways. So I think most, if not all, of the Eevee runners these days will check their stats at the lab. It's just for consistency. You just get so many more runs in.
Yeah, Eevee also. I don't know if you just mentioned that because I was busy with my microphone, but Eevee also levels up on a later battle than Pikachu because of experience curves.
One experience.
It's
I
very
believe.
sad.
It's so silly.
All right, so who is already on a run basically? So we have Gym Freak, Kerbis, Etiquette, Edgy's still resetting. Cyan is already in Viridian Forest, as expected. So Jayash, I'm not sure that Jayash checks his stats. So he
No,
might
I don't
have-
believe he does because he's running Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Cyan for sure has a runnable Pikachu. Let's see for Gym Freak.
Possible we'll see some of the Pikachu runners do an early check just for the purpose of getting more runs in. I could see that being the case, but again, I'm not positive.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just quickly check next time some resets, because definitely something's gonna happen soon. But yeah.
Wouldn't
Okay.
be Manipulous Pokemon running if you weren't resetting constantly.
Yeah, also, we didn't mention that yet, but the starters all start with 31 IVs across the board. So you're
So
only
nice.
resetting. Yeah, it's very nice. I wish that
Game
was
Freak,
the thing
please
for
go back
everything.
and patch that into the 3DS games. Thank you.
Yeah, then you would just reset more for optimal.
But still, that'd be better than you get the good nature, but then you have like a 0 IVs across the board.
I guess.
I'll take
Alright.
that.
Okay, so Cyan is using Allure. What does Allure do? May? Can you explain?
Allure increases the number of Pokemon that spawn. They show up more rapidly. Additionally, it sets the level of every Pokemon that spawns when the lure is active to be 1 higher than the maximum level available on the route for that Pokemon. So, for example, in the forest, you can normally see Caterpies and Weedles, I believe, levels 2 to 6. But because the lure is up, they'll all be level 7. And it's important that you want to catch usually as high a level as you possibly can, because if you're going to evolve it, because every time that a Pokemon levels up, it plays a little animation, or like a little text box pops up. And each one of those takes, I think, about 3 seconds for every single level. So in order, like for example, for Caterpie, we need to get to level 10 to get it all the way up to Butterfree. And if we can catch a level 7, we save 15 seconds of text boxes, as we don't have to wait for all those 5 additional levels, and we just need less experience for the level up in general. We can get it out of our party faster. So you're going to see a lot of times where the runners will put up lures before they start catching things, if it's something that needs to specifically be level evolved.
Yeah.
Plus,
Also,
he has the advantage of things pop up faster, which is nice.
yeah, and also the higher levels just give more experience too, which is very important for the beginning of the run.
True. Yes.
So there's a lot of neat little things going into using lures, and in fact, the runners will buy lures for the run, which is very interesting because in most speedruns you'd expect only repels to get rid
Yeah.
of those nasty encounters, but in this case, you can buy lures and repels.
That's the nice thing about the fact that this game doesn't have random spawns, is that we can sort of just get away with, like, we don't have to buy really repels. We do at the end just to make things a little bit like nicer, so things don't get in the way. But like, we don't get punished for not buying repels, so you can just dodge things. Sometimes something will spawn underneath you, and you then in that case do in fact get punished. But it is much better than, say, every game before this where you're running through the grass and you're just praying that you don't get an encounter.
Okay, so quickly checking. Sign is already on the trainer in forest, so he's about to reach the forest. As he has 2 Pokemon in his party, so probably needs to still catch something, hopefully. Because the catches in the forest are pretty free and give you 3 Pokemon, which is quite rare in this run.
Yeah. I think it's the only other Pokemon that you will evolve all the way up to it. The third one is if you catch a Pidgey on Pokemon Road, right? I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
else that is a 3-stage that we actually get in this run.
Yeah. At least you shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean you
uh,
could, I guess, but like, oh no, Nido.
Oh yeah, you're right. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah.
because the Stone Evolution. Speaking of
the
Pidgeys, Etchy just got
Pikachu
ambushed
runners-
by a Pidgey and a Rattata on Route 1.
I'm
Oh,
excited
no.
for Etchy just to have the worst luck of all time in classic Etchy fashion playing this game.
And he seems to be the one who has reset the most already.
Yeah, Etchy's luck with this game is, I'm gonna say, miserable a lot of the time.
And we can also already see the difference between Eevee and Pikachu directly in the forest. In the forest, Pikachu can catch an Oddish, and in Let's Go Eevee they can only catch a Bellsprout. And Oddish actually is very useful for Brock,
Yeah.
as a good Oddish can just get rid of Brock in 2 turns, while you have to use Eevee for Brock in Let's Go Eevee, and that is a little bit slower.
And important to note is that every gym, or roughly every gym in this game, has an entry requirement. For example, we've talked about the one for Koga's gym, where you need 50 Pokemon caught, or you cannot get in. And for Brock's gym, you have to have a grass type or a water type in order to get into the gym. And there are no water types available in the game at this point, so we have to have a grass type, and that's why you will always see Pikachu runners catch an Oddish, and Eevee runners catch a Bellsprout. You could get away with a Bulbasaur, but a Bulbasaur is a very rare spawn, so...
Also,
And with
big
Pikachu, you're
Bull-
always going to catch an Oddish, because Oddish is just so good.
Okay. It's so hard to keep track of everything.
There's so much going on. It's like that one scene in The Dark Knight where Batman's in that giant room with a billion screens monitoring everyone's phones. Except for my brain can't handle all of this visual information because I'm not the world's greatest detective.
Etiquette already baiting us. Why doesn't Etchy have Eradicate? I read that as why does he have Eradicate, and I was very confused.
Yeah, Etchy's been saving strats if he got Eradicate already before Rival 1. So a lot of there's a little bit of joking about that in that Etchy had a Rattata spawn underneath him. If something spawns under you and you don't have it already, it's pretty reasonable just to catch it in a lot of cases, especially because early game you kind of need experience, so it's not the end of the world. But ideally you would catch Rattata later game, because if something is a higher level than its evolve level, when you catch it, you only need 1 level to evolve it at that point. Josh is currently resetting. So if we catch Rattata, say on Route 10, it's higher than it would normally evolve if it's lured. So we just need 1 level to make an Eradicate, and then that's 2 catches for the price of 1.
So Headstrong did just reset. No, they just run.
Josh
from a
reset,
Pikachu.
yeah.
Josh just reset. Oh,
Yeah,
here's
but Headstrong has 2 Pokemon already, and just ran from a Pidgey. Did she actually just run into 2 Pidgeys accidentally? That is so sad.
Yeah. Homing Burbs.
so
Yeah, I've
Gym
seen
Freak
a lot
and-
of.
Sorry, go for it. Go right ahead, Wartab.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Also,
We've been talking a lot.
Ghost Ventilator, by the way. Saiyan and Gym Freak are both on Brock. Gym Freak is at 17 minutes and Saiyan's at 18, but why is Gym Freak not necessarily ahead?
So yeah, so if you notice Gym Freak's catch counter here is 5 out of 50. And you look at Etiquette, who's about to fight Brock, and Etiquette's at 7 out of 50. Since you have to make up those catches at some point in the game, because you need to get to 50. So we generally estimate that a catch is about 30 seconds. Because an evolution is about 25, and then a catch is somewhere between like 33 to 37 optimally. I don't remember the exact numbers. We average it out to about 30 seconds just for the sake of simplicity and doing math on the fly. So in this case, even though Gym Freak had a really good Brock time, she sort of has the disadvantage of she's down on catches. So that Brock time is slightly less good than it would maybe look like. But again, you can still figure out exactly how good it is by sort of normalizing it to your PB or to world record time, something like that. Community golds.
Yeah, we can't see their splits up right now, but that's still a fantastic Brock time. And
Yeah,
they're about even with catch time between Gym Freak and Saiyan, because they're both on Pika, and they're both about a minute apart with 2 catches between them.
That's why I couldn't find Saiyan. Everything shifted around on me.
Yeah, no, also, yeah, the big screen keeps changing. I'm like, wait, who is this now?
Yeah, I was like, wait, Etiquette's down there now. What's going on?
Well, Etiquette sucks because he's on Eevee.
Now, why is Etiquette doing Eevee?
Yeah,
I guess it is
sad.
4 and 4, so.
Also,
I'm still bitter that at the beginning, in the pre-show, we had that little, like, Twitch thing that fades into the Eevee or Pikachu. And both you and I, Wartab, had Eevee, and Etiquette had Pikachu, which makes no sense. How dare you? I volunteer my time for this event, and this is how I am treated.
The bullying.
All right. Well, I think you were saying something more, Tab, before I rudely interrupted. Say it almost running directly into a trainer. I think that was to dodge the Rattata, but it looked funny.
Wait, you were so far ahead of me. God, I just saw it 2 seconds after you said it. I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna refresh. So yeah, Etiquette currently doing shopping. And it's shifted again. So, so X items in this game are available directly after beating the first gym. And X items work like in Gen 7, and for those who don't know, they are very busted. Especially in this game, because they still cost the old price while having the effects of Gen 7. And in Gen 7, X items boost your stats by 2 stages instead of 1. Which basically doubles whichever stat you're trying to boost the first time you do it, at least. And so it is a very broken item in this game, and you will see them used a lot. And actually, the Pikachu and the Eevee have boosted stats compared to normal Pikachus and Eevees. And they are both used physically and specially. So you will see X attacks and X special attacks used indifferently in a lot of battles between the two.
I can't speak for the Eevee side as much, but for the Pikachu side, we pretty much use physical moves up until we get to Rock Tunnel, and then we're going to switch to being primarily special moves. And by special moves, I mean special move.
That is a fair statement. Yeah.
Thunderbolt's quite good.
Yeah. I mean, Zippy Zap is kind of broken too, but we'll show why later.
True. Yes. Headstrong resetting.
Oh no! What happened?
I might have been. My guess is that it was a really bad last fight
Oh.
That's another thing that Eevee has that's a downside over Pikachu, is there's a fight against a Pidgey. If that Pidgey can sand attack you, you can just miss and miss and miss and miss and miss. This obviously sand attack reduces your accuracy. Whereas Pikachu, you press the Thundershock Thundershock button, and then you kill it and you move on.
Fun fact, if you were still allowing negative special attack Pikachu as before, that was a 15 and 16 H.
That is tragic.
Yeah, I missed it once.
Ugh. I mean, I take minus special attack on Diploma because I don't want to reset, so like, I'm surprised I haven't run into that.
Oh no, Eshi also with a reset with a surprise Pidgey.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Kirby's
she ran
flying.
into two things, so.
Kirby's
Caternie's also
flying.
resetting.
Oh no, what is happening? It's like the reset apocalypse.
It's almost like Eevee sucks.
So
What's
Kirby's
your
just
etiquette?
bought,
Etiquette's doing fine.
Kirby's just bought the Magikarp. The shopping is lined. I don't even know what's going with that sentence. But you just leave 500 in your bank in order to be able to afford that Magikarp. You don't evolve it because it takes 15 levels to evolve. But it's just a free catch to add to your counter.
If we include Magikarp, there are 3 gift Pokemon, Josh just hit a Rattata, that we get. Magikarp, Lapras, and Porygon. Side note, Jimfree, catch that Chansey. Do it. Do it.
Don't
Do it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
It's a
Think about the
mistake.
levels. Coward. Okay. Nothing spawning, just catch the Chansey.
Not a true Pikachu runner.
There's so many Geodude, just go for that, it's safe.
Oh, Jim Freak, I believed. It looked like. Oh, I'm so sad.
Glowing Chansey, you can be like level 40. Okay, what was I saying? There are 3 gift Pokemon that we get, which are going to be Porygon, Magikarp. Like, we're going to count it as a gift even though we pay for it. Sometimes you got to pay for your gifts. And Porygon. Each one of those are extremely effective because there's no animations for them. Or like there is an animation, but it's an incredibly fast animation. Each one's about like 13 seconds or something like that compared to the 25 or whatever to 30 that a catch would take. So those are really, really nice. It might even be 10 seconds. At one point I knew these numbers, and I probably should have figured them out before I did this commentary thing, but I didn't prepare. I did some math a little while ago about what it would look like to skip Lapras, because like you have to go kind of out of your way to grab it. It's bad. It optimally saves a second.
Yeah. I think that has been like talked about ever since the game came out. Like every year someone brought that up. Why don't we skip it? Why don't we skip it? And every time someone retypes it. Every time it's just better. You
Yeah, well, with
shouldn't-
all the new rare candy strats, I was like, maybe it makes sense to skip that rare candy as well. And that's what actually makes the times slightly better, is that if you don't grab that rare candy, that's about 5 seconds in itself. But no, you shouldn't do it. It's super like, unless you somehow already got 50 catches because you messed up, you shouldn't do it. Do not recommend.
Same for Porygon. It's even worse to skip that.
Yeah, Porygon you should never skip. Porygon is so fast.
Probably even faster than Pikachu or Eevee because you can still fail that catch.
True, yeah. And yeah, Porygon is so good. Because you're only going like I don't know, 3 seconds out of your way to get it in terms of movement because you have Rapidash by then. That like, yeah, I don't skip Porygon, friends. Porygon good. We love the digital duck.
Double Moonstone for etiquette. Thank you, Sheep, for paying attention.
It looks like only one Moonstone for Jim Freak and no Clefairy.
No, but Chansey. She could have caught a Chansey. I'm just saying, like. So, I mentioned all those gym requirements earlier, and the reason why we're kind of going on about like levels and stuff is that in order to get into Misty's gym, you have to be level 15. So the runners will I'm gonna say need to get to level 15 by the time that they get to Cerulean Town, or else you're gonna see them reset. You can do Nugget Bridge first, but it loses about 30 to 45 seconds. So I don't think anyone's gonna do that unless they're just trying to do an early run, get a time on the board. And something about there's a lot of bonuses that Headstrong is setting again. Same with Etchy. There are a lot of bonuses that you can get for catching, and it's really important to maximize those bonuses as much as possible. So, we didn't explain the catching, right? I'm not repeating myself here. Mechanics? I don't think we did.
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah. So you'll notice that if this will be really familiar if you played the Pokemon Go series, which this series is sort of like heavily inspired by. There's those rings that sort of shrink as you're catching. And the smaller the ring is, you can get either, as long as you throw the ball into the ring, depending on how small it is, you can get a fine, a great, or an excellent, which is a multiplier from, I believe, 1.25 to 2. Additionally, if you make a catch with 2 controllers and you synchronize them, you get a synchronized bonus, which is another multiplier. That's number I forget. And if you catch it on the first...
1.2.
I think it's 2 is... Yeah. I have this actually in the doc. Yeah, I'll pull them up.
Yeah, pull it up.
Also, I just wrote an intro doc for this, so I should know this, but... experience. A nice catch is 1.25, a great catch is 1.5, an excellent catch is 2, first throw bonus is 1.5, and the synchronized bonus is 2.
Oh, okay, I had those reversed in my brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in order to get to level 15, you have to be pretty on point with your catches earlier, or in the early game. Because it's a pretty tight window to get that right amount of experience. Additionally, you notice that some of those Pokemon have had that glowing blue or red like effect around them, that means the Pokemon is either very large or very small, or tiny or huge, which is a additional multiplier, the value of which I don't remember exactly. And there's sometimes a very tiny or very huge, which is very rare, and that's a 4 times multiplier. And those you can't really do anything about. The route is, it's rooted so that if you get all the catches you need and you do them optimally, you won't have any problems getting to level 15. But you just gives you a little bit of leeway if you have the tiny or huge Pokemon. You always want to catch those if they show up. And so that's why that's why I would say, like, oh, Jim, catch that Chansey, because that'll guarantee you're 15, but she should be fine. Had her knees resetting again.
Etchy and Headstrong. Oh my god. They're just not getting on fun.
Where's our reset count?
Yeah, we need a reset count.
Can you add a reset count quickly? What? You could have just set it up to everyone's attempt counter. I mean, but we haven't had any technical issues yet, so I feel like you gotta like, you know, you miss all the shots you don't take, and that includes adding more window captures to this already extremely elaborate layout.
Yeah, don't click stop stream. That's all that matters.
I
don't know if you stopped.
many times to stop pressing it also. Hi everyone, because you can hear me just for this moment.
Hello, Jordan. Everyone say hi, Jordan. Chat, say hi, Jordan. Jordan did a ton of work making this event happen. Please give a round of applause to Jordan. I keep forgetting we're on delay, and I'm like, wow, chat's cold.
Okay, so yeah, Gym Freak's still ahead technically. Yeah, wait, yes. Actually not. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I think Sign and Gym Freak are basically toe-to-toe. Actually no. Now Sign is poison, so I think Gym Freak is currently on the best pace here.
Yeah, Gym Freak's slightly ahead. Though, Etiquette's also on a quite good pace, actually.
Oh yeah, Etiquette. Oh yeah, I think, yeah,
Particularly
hard to
Eevee
say.
Jesse James is faster. I believe, right? I think that's a true statement that I just said. Yeah, Wartab actually isn't capable of saying anything nice about etiquette. If it happens, he'll instantly combust.
About anything nice about Eevee runners? No, it's not true. No, I'm just trying to compare the times. It's not easy with 8 people.
Game Freak getting the bonus capture of Sand.
So it's
True. I always say
30%.
Sandrew, so I have to correct myself for a second there. Sandrew and Mankey are catches that you can see on this route and on route 3, 2, 3, 3.
Yes.
3. And they're Pikachu exclusive Pokemon. The Eevee side has the exclusive of Meowth, but Meowth you can only catch on Route 23 and is rarer. Largely, I think, because there's only one route you can catch it on. But that's just another nice thing about earning Pikachu, the better game.
Eevee also has, I think, the really low percent Ekans. Also, that
Yes,
Sandshrew
Snake.
is fantastic for Gym Freak because she is now level 15 running into Cerulean.
Yes, that's another thing, is that if you don't get level 15 when you exit Mount Moon, you can just catch something on the way over. And if it's like a rat, that's not ideal because you want to catch a later rat because it's extra evolution. But we don't evolve Sandshrew, so that's just that just worked out very well for her.
Okay, so Etiquette is just got ambushed by Zubat and caught it, so he is actually ahead of Cyan and pretty much on the same pace as Gym Freak, from what I can tell.
Actually resetting again.
No, Etchy.
Oh no.
Is there a bonus for whoever does the most resets?
Etchy's on a real good reset world record pace here, so...
Which doesn't mean he cannot win, because this event is gonna take 24 hours in total. Oh, Kerberos with the Onyx. Is he gonna do it?
But early Onyx is actually pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like not lured at this point, it's actually fine.
Yeah. Rock
It can
Onyx,
still hold.
or not Rock. Rock Tunnel Onyx will ruin your life. It's the worst. But the Mount Moon Onyx is rarer and is a lot kinder. Like, Kerberos got that first fall. So that's just a lot of bonus experience going Kerberos' way and a catch.
I think Kerberos is actually on the best pace of anyone here currently. 32.
Yeah, Kerberos is on a good pace.
Yeah. I think Kerberos is currently on the fastest pace.
I'm honestly not that surprised, because Kerberos has been practicing Mount Moon a lot. Since Kerberos has just been doing ditch bill runs just to practice Mount Moon.
Also caught the Onyx first try, which is
Yeah.
frustrating to witness, but congrats Kerberos on outskilling the Onyx. What does 13 encounters mean? Exiting room. I've not run this game for so long.
13 count, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's like, did he get Sand
13
Shroom
means... no. 13
no,
means...
no Sandshrew. Clefairy Paris, I think. Clefairy Paris
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and the Onyx.
12 is going to be your sort of normal baseline, right?
Yeah. I think that's what I remember.
Because Gym Freak has 12, and she got Sandshrew, but did not get Chansey, I believe.
Or Clefairy. Yeah.
13 is average? Is 13 average? It's the kind of thing where I don't really think about it when I'm running. I'm just like, all right, I got my level 15, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
out of
why.
here.
That's why we're not in the event, May.
I know. I wasn't even asked. They were like, your time's bad, don't do this. And I was like, okay, Jordan, cool.
Okay,
So
that's
we-
fun then. Technically, I just didn't ask me. I'll say anything.
Huh? Hey, look, I improved my time after you already invited everyone to this, so that has to count for something.
So every Pikachu runner currently is zooming through Misty. Because Pikachu go brrr with
Not
a
Josh.
Zippy Zap. So Zippy Zap is a +2 priority electric move that always crits with 50 base power. So with stab, that is a lot of base power. Too lazy for math right now. I think it's like 120, more or less. And you just need an X attack most of the time to one-shot the Starmie.
It is a range based on your attack, so you can, and then you can get burned by that by Scald, which in this high stakes environment pretty much always be a reset, I think. But because you have to take the center to fix it.
To be
But
honest, I don't think anybody is
pretty-
going for that to live in the first place, because like Kirby's would not be able to live Scald in the first place.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be going for that in this. It's just too much time loss if that happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think you would always just reset that.
Yeah.
But you. Anything? I don't remember. That range, you almost never miss it. That's what I was gonna say. But nobody missed it, so that's good.
Very good.
And now they're gonna move on to Rival 2, which is a very standard safe fight, honestly. This whole Nugget Bridge section is pretty, I'm gonna say, straightforward, I guess. You're gonna see them one-shot pretty much everything on the bridge up until the last Rocket Trainer, or the Sandshoe and the last Rocket Trainer. The Rocket Trainer you can one-shot depending on your attack. It requires pretty high attacks. So if any of these runners have plus attack nature, which I'm not sure if they do, then you'll probably see them get that.
Ooh, Headstrong found a Bulbasaur in the forest.
Frick!
Bulbasaur can be a big troll while being caught.
Yeah, Bulbasaur's a jerk.
Wait, is Edgy actually doing a run right now?
No way.
Is this real life?
All the way to Professor Oak's parcel.
I thought we wouldn't see Etchy get past Rival 1 this entire weekend, I'll be honest. We're not gonna see Etchy get past Rock Tunnel. There's no way. That's not a slam against Etchy, that's a slam against Etchy's horrible Rock Tunnel luck.
Okay, so where's everyone right now? Okay, so Gym Freak, Kirby's, Etiquette, all on Nugget Bridge, and Sign too. Sign is actually already at the end of Nugget Bridge, almost with Gym Freak.
Yeah. Cyan and Gym Freak are about tied. I think Cyan's slightly ahead here.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
It's
so
like
hard.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
It's
say they're
not-
functionally tied here. And Etiquette
even-
is in roughly the same spot too.
Mm-hmm.
Etiquette has Etiquette's actually on a really good pace, isn't he? Because he's an extra catch. So he's about Etiquette I think is actually the most ahead right now.
No, Kirby's is.
Kerbis is yes. Kerbis is at a 38, not a 39. Kerbis's
Yeah.
time is very good. Etiquette's time is also quite good.
Yeah, it's so hard to like account for time versus
No,
cat versus
they're on the first
where they
lap,
are.
not the second lap.
Oh,
They're on the side duck, not the meow.
we need a time accounting for catches.
Okay, they're all roughly in the same spot. Okay. This is actually so hard to. Jordan, can we get like a tracker of where everyone is in the game? Can we like quickly code up? Like, can you read the RAM, figure out the positions, and then show us on a map? I think you could do. Do you think we could do that quickly? Wartime, can we just take a break, like quickly write that up, and then
No, it's weekend.
get everyone a hack switch quickly?
Send it to everyone,
We're gonna see the first trainer skip coming out of Drake here. There are, I think, 5 different trainer skips we do in this game, either 4 or 5. And the trainers in this game have beeline vision. They have no peripherals, or like a horse with blinders on. So you just run between them and they can't see you.
Okay, Gym Freak going for the Eevee.
And there are two strategies you can do with the ether. You can either get this ether and then get an elixir on Pokemon Road, or you can get the max elixir in the basement of the Pokemon Mansion. So grabbing the two items is slightly faster. I don't remember the exact amount of time that it's faster. Or no. Sorry. You can either get the max elixir or you can get the ether. The max elixir is a couple seconds slower, but you don't have the opportunity where you accidentally miss menu and use your max or your ether on Scald and kill your run. So you'll see, I think Etiquette actually goes for the max elixir just for menuing safety. You always grab the elixir. That is required.
And if you don't, you have a nice backup and go get the PP max at Moltres. I may or may not have been in that situation before.
I had multiple Oras runs where I accidentally screwed up and used my Lepa Berry earlier. This is a complete tangent. But then because of my Rock Smash, I got a elixir and it saved my run. This happened to me twice.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the ether that saves your life, that is amazing. May or may not have happened to me too.
Yeah.
Can't believe
Like
it.
what?
The event has not even been an hour already on Aura's tangent. Congrats.
Kerberos
We should-
resetting.
No, what? What happened?
No.
Did Kerberos hit
saw
a
you.
trainer? What happened? Hold on, I'm gonna look at the
That was
replay.
That's crazy. Like, I'm not sure what could make him reset in that situation. Like, not even optional seems on that. pace
Kerberos
to be-
died. What? Kerberos died to coughing. My guess is Kerberos went for the range, never healed, missed the range, and died.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I'm not sure why he would do that on that pace, honestly, but I mean, he does what
Well,
he wants.
I mean, it's not called Barrier Get Close To but Not Surpass. I suggested that name to Jordan, he didn't take it. So.
I don't know. I'm questioning that decision regardless.
I agree, especially early when you just want to get a time on the board.
Yeah, especially when you're ahead of everyone. It's,
I mean, do the runners know what their relative paces are? Are they not allowed to look at this screen? I don't know what the rules are for that.
no, they are allowed to do whatever they want.
Okay. I know there are some
Um,
races where you're not allowed to look at the screen. Like when we did the Hat and Time tournament, that was a rule.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The runners have to be
Okay.
blind. Though you don't really have the opportunity so much to do that, and it's harder to do that in Hat and Time because you need to pay attention for most of it. But I'm gonna tangent about every other game that I run during this, and everyone just has to live with that. At least the
Now,
other one
everyone-
was about Pokemon.
Everyone listen, guys. Edgy just got to the lure in the forest.
No. Oh my god.
Yes.
Huge congrats to Etchy, making it 12 minutes into a run. Can we get a round of applause for Etchy finally being able to get past the early game in this nightmare version that he chose for himself?
Headstrong out of the forest too. Congrats. Finally,
I
the
know, what-
two most unlucky runners.
What
Out of
rhymes
the-
with...
Yes,
what
go
can we
ahead.
spam? What can we, like, what rhymes with etch or etchy to make, like, a spam this... whatever, to help out etchy or whatever? You know what I'm talking about?
Sketch.
Edgy bad. No, that doesn't rhyme. I'm sorry.
Catch is the only thing I can think of, but, like, there's not, like, a catch emoji.
Hmm.
I got nothing.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't encourage edgy then. It's fine.
Okay, well, you know what? I tried etchy, but spam this veggie to help out etchy. You know what? I like it. It's a slant rhyme, but we'll take it.
It's not the right run for carrots, Scarf. You should know that. Carrots are reserved for X, Y. See? Another tangent.
I mean, this is Jordan's fault for putting like a bunch of 3DS runners all in the same room together. Abra
Yeah.
for Gym Freak, get that Abra. Get that Abra.
Wait, where's Gym Freak? Which screen? Oh, okay.
Big
The
one.
big one. The big one.
Big one.
The big one I never see. Okay, Growlithe, good utility Pokemon.
We need like a big transition when these things swap around.
Okay, so Gym Freak catching a Growlithe. Growlithe is actually going to be used as a main Pokemon here for a while, for Gym Freak. Along with Pikachu, obviously. Pikachu remains the main Pokemon until Darmy's bought, but Growlithe is the second utility Pokemon after Oddish for Let's Go Pikachu. Because Growlithe with Allure knows Flamethrower and Helping Hand, which is really good for upcoming battles.
Yeah, this next part you can either use Growlithe or Kadabra. Both work really well, but Abra's a much rarer spawn than Growlithe. So in this case, and it's a bit less consistent. So in this case, you notice that Gym Freak went out of her way to catch the Growlithe first. That's just to get it in that second slot, so that she doesn't have to menu things around. And we'll probably now catch the Abra. Really good Route 6 for Gym Freak. Pretty much everything that you need.
Oh, there's actually an Abra. I thought you
Yeah.
were just praying for an Abra.
No, there's straight up just a Growlithe and then a Pup and then an Abra. It's the perfect Route 6. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Saying
Abra
setting up
also-
for our second trainer skip of the run, running right through those two people guarding Vermilion.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
suggest to one of the mods, by the way, just to add a catch count sort of command, like !50. It just like I run this game and I was confused about what the random number on the screen was at first, and part of that's just because I'm asleep and haven't drank enough coffee. But also part of that is that it is just a 1 out of 50 that just is on the screen. So I think we're gonna get that question a lot. throughout
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna
weekend.
add it.
Never mind. I forgot that you were a mod. I could have just told you to do it.
Etiquette, get the Chansey.
Chance. Yes. See, this is called playing to win. Not to call anybody out, but and with that I mean, Etiquette's either this could kill Etiquette's run right here, but we'll see.
Thank you, Sheep. I was typing something, but it's fine. You copy-pasted Etiquette's command. I respect that.
Oh, Herb is clipping the tail end of a Rattata on Route 1.
First try, Chansey.
Ah, not bad, Etiquette. There's a whole
Yeah, you'll
command in
see
your
that.
chat telling you why you shouldn't do that.
Etiquette just got like 3 levels from that, and Etiquette caught that there because he only has 2 Pokemon in his party. So like that's unnecessary levels on Vulpix, but that's gonna put Etiquette in such a good spot for every single range for the rest of the frickin' game until Starmie. Honestly, like I'm
Etiquette just said
exaggerating,
Eevee,
but
Eevee fixed.
Eevee fixed.
Etiquette is probably the most inconsistent runner at the Vermilion skip, but still got it. There's still a chance that it's so bad. Yeah, that it's probably the hardest skip of the game. So what you need to do there is
I
there's
think
two
Alexa's
trainers-
slightly harder, but
What? No.
yeah, I feel like I screw up Alexa's skip more.
Maybe get a Joy-Con without drift.
Fair.
I'm
I
not
did get a
sure.
new one, then I got it first try, so maybe that was it.
I personally think the Vermilion skip is harder because there's just no good cue for
Yeah.
when you not going exactly the right way. It's I mean it's maybe a bit close, but
I have a
Mm.
theory that it changes every time too. Because there are definitely times where I'm like, this definitely worked before. And I know it's just me not being wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, you know?
yeah, absolutely, I agree. I don't.
Wow.
So yeah. No, it's just no. I think it's actually the hard. I know for top runners, it's definitely always the answer. It's just Vermilion skip because you cannot always align it, and once you committed to how you do it, there's just no going back. And when you
True.
hit the trainer, you just hit the trainer. At least on
You know
your.
what, I think you're probably right, and that is the hardest one. But Alexis makes me the most anxious.
Okay,
Because
I
it
get
is
that. It's so late
and
too.
It's so late in the run, and it's
Yeah.
such a worst thing to miss. Because it's a 3 Pokemon fight instead of like a 1-shot that you do.
Mhm.
Like you can, if you're not on, if your PB isn't like a top time, you can hit Vermilion Trainer and still PB. You lose like 40 seconds, but if you miss Alexa, it's pretty hard unless like when your time is remotely okay, you know. Also, that's a good point that Josh made, is that there's always something in the way for Vermilion Skip, and there's nothing in the way for Alexa.
Except for Alexa.
But yeah, so that's another time where the it's actually a different sort of abuse of the trainer sight lines there, in that they are both set up so that they go essentially what would roughly be 2 tiles out. So that way you can never trigger a double battle there. But if you run straight down the middle, they don't technically reach that far, so we're able to skip them because they didn't want to create a situation where the game didn't know what to do, because I don't think there are any sightline double battles in this game.
No.
Yeah.
That is actually, like, the day the game came out, I actually tested that. I wanted to purposely trigger a double battle there by going exactly in the middle. And then I was like, oh, it just gives both battles.
Oh, so
Great.
this is your fault. Okay, I see.
Yeah. I found that, like, the first day I played the game, even casually, I wanted to make sure to trigger double battle because I hadn't seen one yet, except for Jesse and James.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a terminal speedrunner brain sort of thing, where it was like, well, it's faster if I just do a double battle in my casual game. So
Oh, that is actually a fair point. If you had to fight both, that would be stupid. I did cheap, you are right.
I don't
Because
wanna alarm
Etiquette
any-
was in America and couldn't play the game yet. So I leaked that.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but Etchy just found a snake. He might actually be on a run.
no, wild.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to say. I meant to say that Edge just beat Brock, but...
And Headstrong caught a Clefable down in Mount Moon.
Oh god, the mistakes are starting. What can we talk about? Yeah. Oh, Jayash on Misty, second match. Hopefully the Pikachu's good enough for this. I can't see the level. The Pikachu is not guaranteed to kill the Starmie, depending on the level and the AVs, which we'll probably talk about later what AVs are. But yeah, hopefully Jayash can one-shot the Starmie, because at this health I'm pretty sure he would die otherwise. Nice, he did. Congratulations to Jayash for progressing in the game. Edgy still didn't reset. Nice crit. Yeah, Garf. I think we said that already. That Zippy Zap always crits, so don't be surprised. Who is ahead right now? Is it still Gym Freak? I think Gym Freak is actually ahead here. Yeah, technically ahead.
Yeah, if you take catches into consideration, Gym Freak is ahead by 15-20 seconds. Also, I think we'll fight ahead. Oh no. They are slightly behind Saiyan in terms of actual fights, but that's not hugely important right now.
Yeah, we're gonna reach a point, not quite yet, but we'll reach a point where the sort of like, even though somebody might be slightly behind in terms, like play ahead because they have fewer catches, and that like pushes out later in terms of the math. Just having more catches earlier is generally good, because later catches are a lot less reliable than the early catches. They're just harder to catch in general. But yeah, we're gonna see Cyan, Gym Freak, Etiquette start to approach the next real big run killer point of the game. That is Route 10, Route 10, there's a lot of Pokemon that you can get. There's 5 different Pokemon that you want to get on Route 10 optimally. You don't need all of them. With Pikachu, you need at least a Nido, and you can just get totally screwed. So.
I would also assume that at this level they will reset if they don't find a male Nido. I'm not sure though.
I think they would too.
Good. Because Nido Queen is just so garbage. I just added that as a backup strat if you really cannot find a
I've done it
Nido.
before. I think it loses 40.
It kind of depends. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually like pretty bad.
Yeah.
and
I think that-
and you can get trolled by the gloom. That is the problem.
yeah,
Because you have
the
to
thing
set
with-
up twice.
I would not be surprised if we saw a like 1 or 2 runners just proceed with Nido Queen just in this early part. Because again, you want to get a time on the board. One, because if you don't have a time, you can't win, and B, so that you have at least something to prepare yourself against. But oh, I'm very quiet. Am I louder now?
You are.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I had turned away from my mic a bit and not realized it. That's the problem with having a dynamic mic.
Yeah, in the call it was fine, but I think with the game music it was terrible.
Yeah, my bad.
It's fine. Okay, Abra evolving for Gym Freak, and Gym Freak learning Thunderbolt. Which is
Say it.
really
Say
good.
it and
Anyone
finding
ever-
the correct Nidoran.
Anyone ever do my favorite strategy, which is forget to eat Thunderbolt and reset?
Oh,
Love that one. I've done that one most of the time.
Just get Dig, go back and get
Get dig. I did it once in a diploma run and had to do early what's his name? Early surge, and I don't think early surge is good. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think it's quite bad.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need a.
recommend it.
It's not only is it slower than whatever is done now, it's also quite risky.
I mean,
When I initially rooted the game, it always went fine, even at level 19. And then when we actually got trainer stats and stuff, it was horrible. I'm not even sure how I beat the surge so consistently with Dig. You need to be level 22 on Pikachu for it to not die almost every time.
Yeah, well, so, I mean,
It's
it was a
really
diploma run, so I was super over leveled, but yeah, it was not good.
And I can confirm it is terrible.
I love when you root something and then you're like, okay, this just works, and
Yeah.
then it turns out it's horrible. Like I did that multiple times when I was doing the white 2 Manipulas stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, you don't even need the next defense here. It's totally fine. And then everybody else who ran it was like, this is the worst fight I've ever had in my entire life. Why did you do this? And I'm like, oh, I've never lost to it.
Yeah, so in the past, we were only allowed to use one control in the game. You can see that a lot of the fights here, the runners are using 2 controls for catches and battles, and that has actually not always been the case. And the game was much harder with only one controller. Notably, the catches were much harder because 2 controls make the catch easier and give you more experience as well.
There's a different bonus you can get, but it's not as good. I don't remember what it is.
Really?
I think so, isn't it? I want to say there's a
No.
bonus. Well,
I don't think there's a bonus.
I thought there's some other bonus you can get.
There is a bonus, I think, if you are using motion controls for motion control, like with the like when the
Technique
when the
bonus, yeah.
Joy-Cons are attached to your console.
But you
you can-
cannot get the technique bonus if you get the synchronized bonus.
Yeah, exactly. They are mutually exclusive, and
Yeah,
I
so-
think the what they are currently doing is the best. It's like
Yeah,
double.
synchronized is better, but like you do get a smaller bonus with the one controller, so it's not like you're just getting totally experience wrecked.
Oh, really?
But
Okay. It's been too long. I
uh,
don't remember.
one controller is a lot worse of a route than 2 controllers.
Yeah.
2 controllers a lot. Also, I think the 2 controller route's just more interesting.
Yeah.
And doing the what I like to call the poor runner's repel, which is where you trigger that cutscene, do the fight, and then run back up. Which is
And
not
it's not a bad strat for
it's
consistency.
not ideal though. It's an extra movement.
Yeah, absolutely. When is the 1C
One
tournament?
controller tournament. When's one controller diploma, Josh?
Ooh, Gym Freak ambushed by a Rattata. That's not great.
The Gym Freak doesn't have a Rattata yet though, so it's fine.
Oh, is this one? Oh, this one you can evolve into Eradicate. Never mind.
Yeah, this is Route 10. Also, I just want to throw out something. We have every runner at least to a gym. That's kind of huge. I wanted to take a moment and just think about, like, sit on that. That's amazing that we have every runner managed to get into this game. Shout outs to Etchy finally making it happen.
Zaya Kerbis has made it through Brock on their latest reset. Etchy might actually make it out of Mount Moon at this pace. Going for an
I know.
Onyx,
Etchy
though.
getting an Onyx, almost backing out for some reason. Etchy has a lot of catches.
Oh, wow, yeah. All right, so we have Gym Freak going into Rock Tunnel. Saiyan is going to be close behind her. Who gets the Who do we think gets the Rhyhorn first?
Saying.
Can I predict that no one gets a Rhyhorn?
No one gets a Rhyhorn? Okay, I could see that too. Etiquette
I mean,
entering Rock Tunnel now.
If no one gets a Rhyhorn, it's my fault, and I take full responsibility.
Etiquette got it.
Oh my god.
Just
That's
immediate.
not true.
It spawned underneath. Okay, he has to catch it, but you know.
I've seen him play this game. Rhyhorns don't exist on his Switch.
But this is a tournament. This is different. The game knows.
So Etchy just got bullied by Onyx, didn't get in first ball. Oh, he got another one. Oh my god.
Oh.
Etchy's getting bullied right now. I mean, it's typical, obviously, but... Okay.
Etiquette kind of having the ideal start to Rock Tunnel here. The earlier you can get the Rhyhorn, the more time you save, since Rhyhorn is 1.5 times faster than walking. If you don't get it early, it's not like your run is now over, but it's just you want to save as much time as possible, obviously. This is a speedrun, so getting the faster movement as soon as you can is nice. Hey, Jordan, you want to fix the technical stuff?
Which technical
That's,
stuff?
that's real complaining. They say that Edo's game volume is quite loud relative to us. And I like the sound of my own voice, so I think that we should be louder. Or Etiquette should be quieter. Nice.
What is happening right now?
We've got a few runners in Rock Tunnel, so they're going to be looking to increase their catch counts with some things that they're going to be able to evolve via catching a whole bunch of other things in Rock Tunnel. So Gym Freak just had a Machop breakout. Ooh, we should be tracking breakouts. That'd be fun.
I tried that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I can barely keep track of whose screen is where. Like,
It's so hard.
Jordan keeping me on my toes. Second ball, Machop gets in for Gym Freak. We're also maybe looking for a Cubone, Graveler. Definitely not a
Cubone.
Kangaskhan.
Cubone, Graveler, Machop, Zubat. You could catch Charmander, but it's rare. And something on Rhyhorn. And is that it? Am I forgetting something? There's 5 catches, right? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Machop, Cubone, Graveler, Rhyhorn, Onyx, Zubat.
Not Onyx.
Yeah, so even though Graveler is only a 1 catch, it gives a lot of experience. So you pretty much, it's also not that hard to catch unless your name is Etchy. So you're gonna see everyone pretty much catch a Graveler if they see it.
I also know, I don't know if every Eevee runner uses the Graveler for a fight later on in the run. I know I've seen Etiquette and Etchy do it before, though.
That's a good point. Coming from Garth is that Josh is 15 minutes ahead of Etchy in the run and has one fewer catch. That's how high Etchy's catch count is right now. Etchy is the person whose PB has 10 catches at Brock, which I believe is the maximum you can get without grinding, so... Josh is about to reset, though. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I was wondering when the next reset was gonna happen. We should make some predictions.
I already
Just
made
hard-
all my predictions. You know how long I spent on my predictions? I'm
You're for-
prediction
you-
out.
Your predictions were fantastic.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But I meant chat predictions. Does chat want to predict on something? I think it
Oh
has
yeah,
to be.
that's a thing you can do on Twitch.tv.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh,
you got to do it.
Jimfrey getting dangerously low on health here.
That Kangaskhan can kill you. This happened to me. Comet Punch does hit a random number of times, which is extremely cool.
We love that.
Does Eevee 2 controller this now?
Which one?
This Kangaskhan fight? That's new.
Probably Etiquette. I think it's slower.
This is a slower strat that Etiquette has been committing to recently because he has suffered some unfortunate one-controller fights.
I know that there's been a lot of rerouting in the past about 2 weeks in terms of 2 controller fights on the Eevee side. Not as much innovation in the Pikachu side because the Pikachu side is already perfect, but Eevee needs a lot of work, so...
And Pikachu is also pretty much straightforward because the time save doesn't come... Like, you're already 2-seeing most battles anyway. Because it's faster.
True, yeah. So funny that Kangaskhan is a fight that we won controller.
Yeah, the reason for that is because the Kangaskhan has fake out, and any other strat doesn't. Like, if you get faked out, it's slower.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever not gotten faked out on that fight. Faked out?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with faked out.
I think faked out sounds better. I like it, yeah.
Okay, let's agree on faked out.
Rhyhorn does have a Gen 1 evolution chat. Rhydon.
Oh, please resist war tab. Don't make these jokes.
Rhyperior is the one that they added later. I like Rhyperior because if you put an assault vest on Rhyperior, it just feels needless. It feels like it already has one to me. Look, you could have done it. I already said... I guess I did say in the intro that we are an extremely professional event, so...
Yeah, extremely professional and unbiased.
Extremely professional event. You cannot make jokes that are inappropriate, or else we'll get thrown in Twitch jail.
Yes, I resisted, but chat didn't.
Pokemon Speedruns TV is not listed as a mature stream because the Pokemon company truly believes that Pokemon is for all ages, and so we will not make any jokes about Rhydon.
Don't say it too much though. It's going to be hard to resist.
What? Say what? Rhydon?
Yes.
What about Rhydon?
These nuts. Too late.
Wait,
I
no,
was just gonna try to save you.
Don't
Shut down the
cancel.
stream. We're done. It's over.
In completely different news, chat, you now have a fabulous prediction to spend your internet gambling points on.
Etiquette just got saved by that lure so hard. Etiquette doing a repel. I've never done that one before. I like that. Though it does feel kind of slow. Etiquette did a repel in Nocturnal. I've never done that.
Retro Tato has been doing that ever since the game came out. Even in Mount Moon.
That's not. It seems like a totally because if you get one encounter, it was faster if you had just repelled. So
Yeah, and he's like consistently been doing that ever since the game came out. And he was basically the only one. I also did it if I really was in a menu already. But it's like pretty rare, and now I don't buy repels anymore. Petition to mute all audio except word app. No. Because someone needs to say right on, so I say these nuts.
Right on.
I did it again. No. Petition to replace word app with word app. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, you know how like you watch like a late night talk show and they always have the like the other person who's there just to set up jokes. That's what I'm here for, and it's just to say the names of Pokemon like Slugma.
Oh no. There's one even worse in German, but that one I will not do because it says in English for Slugma. I saw that Frank McFancy is here, so he knows exactly where that is going. Amazing name, by the way, Frank McFancy. Maybe we should talk about the game again.
Yeah, we're honestly pretty low catch counts overall, other than Etchy's ridiculous 16 and Misty.
Etchy also still being on a run. It's crazy.
I
Let's say,
know.
Can we get some applause in chat for Etchy making it through 2 whole gyms?
Can we call out Josh for not resetting, even though Josh said he was about to reset?
You're just peer pressuring him.
I know.
Okay, so who is ahead right now? Still Etiquette, right? It looks like no, Etiquette is no, definitely
Say-
not. Sign must be, right? Where is
Yeah,
he?
right? I don't know where Cyan is the thing. Because
Yeah.
Etiquette is ahead of Gym Freak. That is, I am confident
Yeah,
in saying
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Not by a ton, because Jim does an extra catch, but
Oh, Saiyan is still in
in
tunnel.
Rock Tunnel.
Yeah,
with
but
3
only
extra
one battle
catches.
left. Only one battle left.
Yeah, but I think at this point, Etiquette and Jim are ahead.
With 30 catches? Ah, yeah, he's also a minute. There's so many variables here.
I know.
It's like, where are you in the game? What is your time? And how many catches do you have? And you have to compare that to, like, it's just impossible.
Yeah,
There's
and
just-
because it's not like an actual race, it's so much harder to figure out.
Yeah, it's like figuring out who's ahead in a race is hard when things start to desync. Figuring out in a race between 8 people is impossible. There is no math that can solve that. It can't be done. No one's figured it out.
Pretty sure with addition and subtraction you could
No
still do
one's figured it out.
I think I just heard Wartab volunteer.
I had so many plans going into this to keep track of stuff, and it's just too hard.
There's so much on the screen.
It's that one DLC of Mass Effect with the Shadow Broker. Just screen overload. I think I've already made this joke, but with a different reference.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, it was Batman.
I think I already did the Batman reference. Look, it's been an hour.
Oh yeah, new strategy from Let's Go Eevee. They also took control of the tower rival now with Rhyhorn, because it has Drill Run, which gets rid of the Raichu pretty quickly. Let's Go Pikachu has been using Nidoking / Nidoqueen there for a while, because
Yeah.
Pikachu being naturally very fast with very high base speed outspeeds basically everything except the Persian in this game. And can outspeed the Pidgeotto every time. So you can either use Zippy Zap or Thunderbolt on that fight, whichever kills the more reliably. Usually Thunderbolt. While you still set up Nidoking to get rid of the rest. If you were only to use one controller in this battle with Pikachu, it is awful because you cannot get rid of Gloom, and Gloom is like the one
so
reason.
bad for Pikachu.
Yeah, the Odditch line and the Rhyhorn line is just terrible for Pikachu. There's
Yeah.
just no good answer to it.
If
Yeah,
those
and
two
that's why.
Pokemon didn't exist, we probably wouldn't even need Nidoking.
Yeah, definitely not. You'd probably still use it because it's bulky, but more for the
Yeah.
helping hand strats than the damage. And
So
even
Etiquette is getting to this first metronome fight with the one metronome fight. In Pikachu, it's not an issue because Nidoking will one-shot. But in Eevee, you have one. Wait, do they two controllers now?
Yep.
yeah, Etiquette does at least.
Oh, that's not. You can't get horn drilled and lose your run then.
I'm also
But you
not
can
sure
never
why
get
he
horn
does it.
drilled in this, can you? Etiquette would never get horn drilled here
No, like it wouldn't hit. It wouldn't
Yeah.
hit because he's over leveled.
because
But
he's so
I'm,
over leveled. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him, but I don't. I mean, I guess he does it for consistency. I have a hard time believing it's better.
Yeah, I feel like you just go for the metronome, right?
There were a couple really, really bad runs back to back to back. One of them was a hypnosis. One of them was, I forget, but he just got absolutely shut down at that cliff area a few times in a row. Oh, Lovely Kiss, that's what it was.
Lovely kiss into roar.
Yeah, I still think it's not a good play, but
I agree with you, but
yeah.
I'm also a Pikachu runner. So you just press the poison jab button and you win. Hello.
Yes. One other good reason why Nidoking is better than Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen does have crunch
do it.
instead.
Yeah. Doesn't work.
Gym Freak with the Firestone. Maybe. Wait, is that?
Is Jim doing early Arcanine?
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Wait,
I'm
is
so
that-
excited. Okay, so
Is that some new tech? I'm not aware of.
yes, I spent a whole bunch of time when I was recovering from surgery because I had nothing to do, where I just timed a bunch of stuff. And the two strats I tried were early Persian, where you catch 5 Growlithe Sunroot 6 and get Persian, and early Arcanine, where you do the Arcanine here. And early Arcanine is actually pretty good. Unless
use
Jim
the-
figured out Arcanine. No, yeah, because Jim's not doing the Arcanine. So Arcanine has the fastest. So there are 3 different sets of move speeds in this game, I think. And Arcanine is 1.5. So Rhyhorn is 1.5 times faster than walking, and Arcanine is 1.5 times faster than Rhyhorn is. So with this early Arcanine, optimally speaking, you do save a little bit of time, and you get a consistent catch out of it because you're evolving Arcanine. It is pretty marginal. I can look up the exact time, so I have this document, but I like it. I think early Arcanine's pretty good.
I'm surprised because I remember I didn't time it, but Etiquette timed it, and he said it was slower. I never. And Gym Freak encounters a wild Arcanine. That is amazing.
I think it saves. Hold on. C8 to C11. I'm not in Excel. Shut up. So the movement, assuming you get, if you get a Ponyta in the first grass patch, so like as soon as possible, you will save 17 seconds off of movement alone. And then you have a consistent, yeah, Saiyan's doing it too. And you have a consistent catch off of it too. So that's nice. And again, that's assuming you get the immediate Ponyta.
I remember it was about the levels it gets, but back then we would also not use Growlithe early on, so maybe it gets less levels to make it worth. I'm still surprised, but I never timed it personally. That is the kind of
exact number of levels you get. Also, I think I did it wrong. Sorry, it says 11 seconds. I summed the wrong column. I don't know how many levels you get. So the idea behind the strat is that you would switch to Ponyta, And you wouldn't rare candy Ponyta. You would just level up Ponyta naturally to save yourself a candy. Since the candy takes 5 seconds to pick up. In that case, you can skip both the Route 6 candy and the Mansion candy, which is a good bit of time. I think that's like 10 seconds. And then I don't know how many times Growlithe levels up here. I think also they were talking about using Growlithe for something else at some point. So that might be part of it too. That was being discussed literally last night. So it's possible that some labbing was done this last night / this morning that made Growlithe even better. I'm surprised both of them are doing it though. But I'm excited. This is like my one contribution to this game. And friendship. I did a lot of work on friendship. That's the 2 things I've done. Yeah, if you don't get Rhyhorn, early Arcanine is extremely good. That is correct. Because, oh my, if you save, I think, 28 seconds on movement alone optimally. So
Yeah, that is a no-brainer.
Yeah, you should always. I mean, that was always in the route. Is if you don't get Rhyhorn, just get Arcanine. It's just so much faster than walking.
Been a while since someone reset.
Yeah.
Yes. Something must have happened for Josh, because he's still continuing his run, and he's going into Rock Tunnel now.
I know Josh was talking about that his strategy was, again, get a time on the board, then focused on resetting. So he might just be doing essentially a low reset, just to, assuming nothing goes horribly wrong, just to make sure that he does have a finished run. Because I know that Josh has like family stuff going on this weekend too, so I don't know exactly how interruptible his schedule is at the moment.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know it's Father's Day weekend in the U.S., so I know there's going to be some people who have to take some time off for that. I mean, it's hard to be able to block out 2 12-hour days specifically to run Pokemon over and over again when people in real life are like, hey, so you exist, right? Kirby's back to where Kirby's reset before almost. That's one of the... my favorite part about Let's Go is that your reward for making it 38 minutes in the game is Nugget Bridge. Hate Nugget Bridge. It's so boring. Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, I was like, am I gone? What?
No, sorry, I was just preparing for a terrible joke. Kids, if you're watching on stream, you can see Gym Freak's window in the upper left-hand corner. Don't try this at home.
Yay! Every time I do commentary for this game in a marathon, I talk about the OSHA violation that's about to occur in the top left of your screen right now. Which is like, it's so weird because it is a game for kids, and they're like, stand on this rolly chair and shove your rat into the ducts. Like, what? Don't do
none
that.
of these things. None
They
of
had
these
to remove.
things.
They had to remove the gambling from the hideout, so they had to add another form of gambling.
Ah, with your life.
Yes, with your life, it's much better.
So the runners here are setting up for the coolest strategy in Let's Go, in my opinion, which is the Jesse James 3-2 fight, the Jesse James 2 and 3 fight. Both of those were right. And we're gonna essentially, it's who came up with this strategy? Was it you?
Which strategy?
The Jesse James 2 and 3 fairy type strat.
No, Eevee was doing that before, but I imported that in a small different way for Pikachu, since it didn't use Nidoking.
The way that a lot of the trainer AI works in this game is it will essentially try to figure out if it has a move that will kill by doing a pretend roll ahead of time, the pre-roll. And if you put a fairy slot, a fairy type... Oh no, Jim! Wait, what? Have I been doing this wrong the whole time?
No,
Is that
it's
different move
equally
you can
fast.
do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do it that way. I thought that was a mess up. Sorry. So if you put a fairy slot in slot 2 for this next fight, Arbok and Weezing are poison types. So one of them will target the fairy type, knock it out, and that gives you... Otherwise, your starter would not survive. They just do so much damage. So that gives us time to set up, and then we can take out one of the 2 Jesse James Pokemon, round 2, and then just essentially cycle heal the rest of the time. And that makes the fight a lot... It makes the fight actually doable without having to do, like, go out of our way to get super effective moves or whatever we would do. Dig. I don't actually know how this fight worked beforehand. Am I the only person who goes down? Is that what I'm learning here?
No, I'm going down to etiquette goes right. It's awful.
I don't like it. It stresses me out.
I've
Etchi
done-
did
I've
not
done
make it
down-
to the hour mark. Can we please get an F in chat for Etchi?
Oh no!
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh.
His Eevee is apparently terrible. And
Worst
I-
Eevee ever, you're right.
I think I saw him
I'm looking at the...
miss the range on the Pikachu. I'm not sure.
Etchi
That's what
beat
it looks like.
Rival and then immediately reset.
Yeah, I think he
So I guess he missed the range.
he
and
missed the
decided
range
to
of
do what I'm
Pikachu,
done.
I think, and then it healed.
But he finished the fight anyways?
Tried to see his pace after the fight. I'm not sure. Just wild guesses.
He did miss the range, yes. And it did... Well, I'm assuming it's about to heal.
Well,
Yeah, he missed the range, and then... Yeah, and it healed. Missed every Cerulean range and Rival 3 range, very behind.
etiquette apparently.
Oh, Clefable.
Oh.
Mistakes
I
were
see.
made. I'm not sure what, but he's been banished to the little screen for it.
So, Clefable can live here. Which... Because there's a mechanic called Power of Love. Which, if your Pokemon loves you enough, it can sometimes tank moves. And it'll be like, it tanked it out so you don't feel sad. I believe if Clefable lives once, it is good. If Clefable lives more than once, it is extremely bad.
Oh, and Clefable's Clefable can't talk, has higher starting friendship, doesn't it?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, it starts at a friendship where
Oh,
gets
it's just
turned
straight
on
up
speed.
live? Oh, it was just too tanky?
What? That is possible?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Me neither. In Pikachu, it doesn't really occur.
I mean, if it
occur
just
to
straight
you.
up lives, that's really good, right? Because then you don't get the Power of Love text. Isn't that good?
Yeah,
You don't
but
have to heal
I mean,
your...
yeah.
Actually, I bet it's not as good on Eevee as it is on Pikachu. Because then you wouldn't have to heal Nido, but it's Eevee, so that's not a concern.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
My favorite is when it lives with Power of Love and then gets poisoned anyway and dies.
The fun thing about all of the top Let's Go runners being in this competition is there's nobody to explain to us who are not on the tippity top of Let's Go Tech when something's wrong. Like Wartab and I can tell you about Oras stuff till the end of time, but
No, I can talk fairly much about Let's Go because I was involved in routing Pikachu almost
Sure, but-
exclusively for 3
But I'm-
years.
but in the context, but I'm talking about like in the context of like the Eevee stuff from the past month.
Oh, for the past month, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
even
like
for
a lot of
Pikachu.
innovation has happened specifically in the past month for this.
Oh
game.
yeah, that yeah.
That's what I'm more referring to. And I've been following it, but I'm not an Eevee runner, so I haven't. It's kind of just hasn't really locked in the same way, and Pikachu hasn't had as much innovation as Eevee has, mostly because the like a lot of the Eevee work was done by Etchi and Etiquette. Josh and Jim have been doing work too, but both of them also do a little bit of Eevee. So like, Etchi's been driving a lot of that in the past month, and Etchi is a Eevee runner, so Eevee's had a lot of new strats come up. Oh, we get a break? I didn't know we get a break. I'm don't need that.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Headstrong reset? What happened?
What
Wait,
happened to
wait.
Headstrong?
Oh.
Yeah, headstrong reset.
Someone, please check.
I'm trying. Hopefully the clip thing gives me that.
It's been a while now. One and a half minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check in the VOD because I'm just so nice.
Thank you.
How do you do that? Slash videos because sometimes
Videos, yeah.
it doesn't give you
Daddy.
the link.
Oh, did Headstrong reset for the same reason that Teacher's Eevee just wasn't, like, pace reasons, I guess?
Etiquette's got his Graveler strats on the Giovanni fight here.
But it's so hard. I've been looking at the wrong screen this entire time. Oh, congrats.
Oh no.
Wait, what have you been doing?
I was trying to find out why headstrong reset, and then I was
Oh,
kept looking at Jayash's screen for some reason.
I mean, they are next to each other.
Please don't excuse my stupidity.
Look,
Uh,
these things, everything keeps shifting around. It's... I do not blame you for that one. Although I think actually Josh Headstrong and Etchy have been in the same spot the entire time. But, you know, when it's like an MC Escher painting in here, everything's just like, oh god. Okay, so they swap back out to their old spot. But what is like?
Headstrong just straight up died. Okay.
Oh, to what?
To the Raticate on Route 9, went headbutt, and then it quick attacked.
Oh,
the Eevee.
I did not know you could die to that.
Yeah, because we have Zippy Zap.
Because we have, well, I know we use Thunderbolt for that.
No, the first one. No, that is Route 10. the one-
Oh, that
other
one. Okay,
essentially-
that one you can die to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite unfortunate though.
Yeah. I mean, you pretty much only die to that if like something goes really wrong, like you got a
Yeah.
bad dog. But
Headstrong YOLO'd that. I don't know how often you're supposed to use Buzzy Buzz on Eevee there. But the Eevee was faster, so I assume Headbutt was the right play.
yeah,
Unlucky. Hopefully. Oh, Eevee unrunnable for Headstrong.
Yeah, that was minus attack, I think.
How do you even see that? It's so small.
I just looked for which direction the blue was in. I didn't actually try reading anything.
Oh god.
See, I wouldn't even know where to look for our attack and special attack because it's been so long.
No, see, I just figured I would attempt to at least put a run here in. So I tried one last night and then did not manage to finish it, but I was looking at stats, so I'm like, oh, that way's attack. But for anyone just joining us, it has been a little over an hour and a half. Welcome to Barrier Blitz. This is a 2-day event. We have 8 of the top Let's Go speedrunners who are attempting to set personal bests, but also break either the Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu world records. If you've been here the whole time, don't forget that you can take a break too. Go get some water, stay hydrated.
it's like we're like an MMO. You've been watching the stream for 2 hours. Go stand up, maybe. Stay hydrated. It's very important. I hope all of our runners have hydration. Headstrong has reset again because Headstrong got a bad Eevee.
Mm-hmm.
This has been another public service announcement from the Pikachu Council.
It's so funny because it's just true.
I know! I can't believe Etchy ran Pikachu for like 2 days and was like, I'm never running Pikachu again, it's so much worse. I'm like, in what way is that true? Show your work. You get to play the game when you play Pikachu. If you want to, like, when you're running Eevee, you might as well just play, like, Fire Red and do lab resets all day. It's the same thing.
Some people, I don't know.
Etchy,
I
stop
don't-
listening to me. Do your run. Shut up.
I think some people just prefer playing Eevee once you're on a run, because apparently it's more fun to spam super effective moves.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm biased, so don't listen to me.
You do get more moves that sound funnier. We
You
only
do
get
get
Zippy
funny
Zap.
move names. That is the best. Like, unironically, that is my favorite argument for Eevee. But you don't even get Batty Bad. The
True.
best move. Okay,
Batty
Jim
Bad
Freak
is the best move.
getting
Batty
Bad.
Bad is
Gets around
just
that curse ghost.
edgy. Batty Bad is
Actually-
just edgy's nickname.
Oh.
Oh, you cannot see me, but I'm dabbing right now. I'm just so
Nice.
proud.
So I know we talked about Zippy Zap a lot because the commentary is very much Team Pika over here. Let's Go Eevee does not get Zippy Zap, but they get 3 other moves in Cerulean, and then the choice of 2 more later on. They get, now I'm gonna forget their names. They get Bubbly Bubble and Fiery Fire and Shocky Shock for Vaporeon
Dab.
and Flareon and Jolteon. Those are not their real names.
It's Bouncy Bubble, Sizzly Slide, and Zippy Zap. No,
Buzzy
Buzzy
Buzz,
Buzz.
that's the one.
That's what it is. Gabby Dab, I'm still losing it over internally.
I
Oh
like
my God.
Dabby Dab, that's good.
Gabby Dab is so good.
And then partway through the run, the Eevee runners will replace Bernie Burn, also known as Sizzly Slide, with Glitzy Glow, the psychic
Glow.
move.
Glitzy Glow. Maybe the most absurd move they've ever put in a Pokemon game, in my opinion.
Probably true.
It's insane. What is it? Base 80 power psychic move that gives you light screen.
Oh, is it not 90?
Is it
I thought
90?
they're all 90. I
There
think
you
they're all 90.
go.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's 90. I think they're all 90. Glitzy.
It is
Glow.
90. 90. Good lord, that's absurd.
Yeah, Fuego
Really
Fuego.
all
is also
90?
mid.
As a Fuego Fueg would be a much better move.
I heard Flava Flav at first, and I was like, what?
Flava Flav, also a much better move. Unrelated to Eevees, though.
Okay, now we're getting to the interesting part of the game
Are
for
all 90.
Gym Freak, Cyan, and Etiquette. I think, yes. I'm not missing anyone? No. Because we're about to switch mains. And the run is
Names
gonna
up.
look...
Who will get the good star? Who here knows the actual, like, how to judge a star by its level 45 colors? Because I vaguely do. And every time I'm just like, I think this is good. I'm pretty sure. When you evolve it, I can do it. But, you know, like the level 44 star after the first rare candy, I'm always like...
I only know for speed.
Yeah.
And then
well, I know
I know that special attack is the base special attack is slightly lower, so if the speed is good and special attack is slightly
Yeah.
lower, it's fine. That's all I
But
know.
see, for Star Me, I can do that. For Star You, I got no idea.
Yeah, I know. I just know that because of old backup strats where I would use just the 3 rare candies instead of 2 when the speed was bad and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Right.
yeah, we
I
don't think we
remember
will
that.
see that.
well, no,
Actually, we
the
will see
3-1
that.
strat is a new strat, though. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah, but
I don't know
isn't
if
that
anyone's...
bad?
Well, so I don't know if anyone's going to do the 3-1 strat because we're not actually sure if it's bad or not.
I mean, you should
So-
do it if you're slower anyway.
Literally yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. I did a bunch of research on friendship, and it was figuring out exactly what grants friendship in this game, along with Etiquette and Gym Freak. And we figured out that by this morning, or last morning, I think it was 2 days ago, what what we think the friendship values pretty concretely are based on what we've seen. But I don't know if anybody's done the math for whether or not 3-1 rare candies ruins you there. Because it turns out a rare candy gives you a lot of friendship in this game.
Yeah, I mean it shouldn't be too different from the other games.
No, it's very different actually.
Really? I
So
mean
a rare
the
candy gives
the
you
rare
5
candy-
friendship at level if you're less than level 100.
Yes, that is
and
like
4
old
of
game.
it, which is the same as the other game. But a level always gives you 2.
Okay.
Which in most games, a level gives you 5 or 4 or 3, right?
Yes.
But often, it used to be rare candies didn't give you any level experience because it wasn't in battle.
No, rare candies are considered vitamins since Gen 2.
Yeah. But they wouldn't give you level up experience because you only got level up friendship because you only got level up friendship in battle, I think, till Gen 7. But this is the Gen 7 game, so you do get level up levels. But a level up gives you 2 friendship, less than level 100, or less than 100 friendship. 1 after that. A gym fight always gives you 4, and Giovanni 2 for some reason counts as a gym fight. A rare candy gives you 5 friendship if you're less than 100, and 3 friendship if you're over 100. It's just totally different numbers than other games. Which we had guessed about, but we did a bunch of work literally 2 days ago to try to figure out exactly what it was, because this the 3-1 candy strat is pretty good in terms of it makes that getting enough speed to outspeed Blaine super quick, and I think it loses like 4 seconds or 5 seconds, but in exchange you get more time for things to spawn in Route 6, so it's actually more of a trade-off. But if it means you get early turnarounds, which is something we'll explain later on Bruno, then it's not worth it. But I think Jim Freak figured out that if you use 1 fewer X item, then you're fine. There's a lot going on with the friendship math. Also, this game doesn't have random movement friendship, we figured out. As far as we know, we're pretty sure.
That was I kind of knew that because
It's so consistent, yeah.
Yeah, it's very consistent based on what you do.
But I ran around in circles for 30 minutes and didn't get 2 friendships, so I'm pretty sure I've confirmed it.
And dying also doesn't reduce it.
That one I didn't know.
I tested that. I had the strat where you died to Ted on purpose.
That one I did not know.
Okay, so Etiquette just got the Doduo, which is going to be used for 1 battle, but it's very useful. Because Starmie, being our main, has a lot of coverage, but it doesn't cover Grass Psychic.
And we do have to fight an Executor once.
Yep.
Here's a little fun fact. My favorite fact about this game that I like to share is that the requirement to get into Erica's gym is you have to have a cute Pokemon, which you can use any Pokemon because all Pokemon are cute to someone. And for about the first 3 months of me running this game, I thought the reason we caught Doduo is because Doduo is a cute bird and we needed it to get into Erica's